All right, welcome back and welcome to episode 182 of Those Millennials podcast. Today I'm your humble, grateful, extremely thankful host, Kev the Classic. I'm here on my nearest and dearest, my boys and friends in real life. Jesse's here. Jesse, how's your pockets? How's your mental health?
Oh, yeah, what's good? What's good? I'm here. You know what I'm saying? We're ready for the next year.
Happy
Don't know
holidays.
why I'm saying that, but yeah, I'm here. We here. Happy holidays to you, my brother.
Thank you.
How are
Appreciate
you doing? How are you feeling? How is your
it.
mentals?
I'm good and I appreciate I'm fine. I'm up. Thank you for everybody that reached out and to check in on me and send messages to those millennials account. Appreciate you guys. I'm
Yeah,
good. We
thank
get over
you.
here. We straight. Thank you for all the well wishes. I appreciate you guys though. Last pod before Christmas.
Yes,
Um, don't
yes.
forget to if you guys are in the Christmas mood, please don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. It helps the pod grow.
Like, favorite, and subscribe.
If you're feeling really generous over this holiday season, share the pod on Instagram. If you share our YouTube, and
Share
if
that
you're an
up.
audio listener, which
Share it up.
we really appreciate our audio listeners because you guys have been riding with us the longest. YouTube is still it's not new anymore. We've been on YouTube for like almost 2 years now, close to 2 years, I think. Um, but yeah, thank you, appreciate you guys. Speaking of Christmas, speaking of well, Rell's not here. Rell's under the weather. We'll check in with Rell, and then next week we'll finally be able to do our end of the year wrap up after the holiday season. It's list season, so we'll be doing a list. Actually, I got a couple lists that we're gonna hit on today too, but we'll be doing some of our we'll do our hip hop, R&B, culture. I'm forgetting something off the top of my head. Movies wrap up for the end of the year next week. So don't forget to check that out. But yeah, speaking of Christmas,
Mhm.
so with this downtime that I'm having, Jesse, I've been learning a lot about myself. Just
Mm,
soul searching, just figuring out stuff. Um,
mhm.
so one thing I think I already knew this, but it was definitely solidified recently. So I've been doing Christmas shopping, right? And obviously, as you get older, the list gets shorter, right? The list of people you get stuff for Christmas gets shorter, right? Um,
Mhm. Mhm.
so shout out to my mom and my sister and my girl. We went to the mall Saturday, right? Last Saturday. When I tell you, Jesse, we was at the mall, and first of all, I don't like being at the mall that long. When I tell you, Jesse, we was at
Mhm.
the mall for like 4 hours, bro. We was at the with a toddler, with a toddler that hasn't slept. It was. I ended up just sitting in the car with the toddler and just forced her to kind of take a nap. It was. I realized, and then when we went to the mall, I only got one gift for one person. It was just not a great experience, man. I don't
This
be.
ain't the best time to be shopping, man. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I'm like,
I did
I
not.
be in and out. I be in and out of the
That was gonna
mall
be my next thing.
whenever I
So
go.
I woke up Tuesday because I didn't have anything on my agenda, right? I just woke up, worked out, and I was like, I'm gonna go and find two gifts for these two people, right? Jesse, when I
Mm,
went, it was I was gone for like 30 minutes, and I hit like three stores that weren't even in the same place. I was boom boom. Oh, bet
mm,
that's your size. Boom boom. Boom. Gone. Swipe my card.
right.
Oh, you got tap. Boom. All right, I'm out. Hop in the car. Boom. Go
E-
to the next spot. Boom. It
Exactly.
was one of those just like I was like, man, I love shopping by myself. It's fucking fantastic. It's fucking
There's that.
taking
Yes,
myself out on
yes.
a
There's
date. It
that.
was great.
Uh,
It was fucking fantastic.
but
I'm definitely gonna start doing that more, man. Especially like during holiday
it's
time,
all
because
about at the time you go, the day you go. I always used to go during the week, early on a Tuesday,
on a
Wednesday.
Tuesday,
You get in there, get out, in and out, in and out. I don't,
in and out like a robbery. It was fantastic. I highly, if you
and then when
don't,
you're with people, because you know, and the worst part about it, not to say about your fan, but it's like when you're walking around with somebody that's just just genuinely looking and waiting for something to pop out to their eyes. So you just walking and
Nah, I
walking,
can
and
say
you just
this. I
like,
can say this perfectly fine. My mom is one of those that she will stop at everything. She will
what you
stop,
say?
look it over. She will ask for help, asking where's this at in this section. Does this come in a different color? Just that's what she does. That's what she does.
Yeah.
Mom, I love you, but that's what she does. That's what my mom does. Me, on the other
Um,
hand, I walk into the store and I have an idea already of what's going on. If I'm getting something for somebody, I have an idea of what I'm getting. And a lot of times I'll just,
mm,
oh, what size is that? Boom. All right,
grab, yep, yep,
pick them
yep,
up in this
yep.
line. So much enjoyable. I highly, if you don't, highly recommend shopping on your own. Great, highly recommend. Well, well, Rell's not here to do his picks.
No,
Sponsored
he's
by
not.
Bed Bath and Beyond. Um,
Mm,
So
mhm.
we're just gonna get straight to not list. Rel, of course, Rel's not here on the episode where we can talk about his Cowboys, how they just, I mean, your Bills did what y'all did. Of course, it's just now
Man, nah, you know
it
what?
makes sense now. Jesse, he did this on purpose. He couldn't face you.
Yeah,
He didn't want to
I ain't
face you.
gonna even do that. Yeah, I ain't gonna do that. He last week,
He didn't
even
want to
though it
face you.
wasn't on the pod, you heard us talking. We was
But
both
both
showing
y'all
each
both
other
down to y'all
love.
team. Y'all both down to y'all team.
We both down our tears. We wasn't trying to talk shit. So I ain't gonna come talk shit on here. I had no belief that we were gonna
Okay.
be that win that game. The
Okay.
only belief I had was that it was a bad weather game, so it may be close. But
Yeah.
the Bills don't play good in bad weather games either, even though that's what they're supposed to have. That's supposed to be their advantage. So,
That's that's
like,
supposed to
one
be
of
their
those things,
bag. That's
I
supposed to be
didn't
their
expect,
that's supposed to be their
yeah,
Denver their Nuggets like their high altitude play being able to play well in in bad weather.
ex- exactly. So, I ain't gonna sit here and try to flex or nothing or be like, oh, he ducking us so we can't talk shit. It was a game. It looked like when it got down when it got ugly early, Dallas kind of just was like, all right, we didn't take this one. We ain't got this one. Let's get out of here healthy.
Yeah. So I mean, like I wanted to tell Rel this, but uh, I told him once the competition got a little stiffer, the losses will start mounting up, and I think they play Miami this week, right? I think they played the
Yeah,
Dolphins.
it's crazy. Before they played us, I would have told you, yeah, one of the team that's going to be the 500 team over 500 team is going to be the Cowboys because the Cowboys about to whoop that ass.
Yeah.
And they still probably will because they got Parsons. He's a devastating pass rusher. So
And I
and
think Miami's
the
offensive line is kind of
line
devastated
is
too. I
all
think their
yeah.
line's all fucked up.
So it's all decimated. So
Yeah, so
they
they
gonna get
might
their
they might get
pressure. He
back on
should feast. Yeah,
they
he
might
should.
they might get back on track. So we'll see. All right.
And that's what really hurts, the Dolphins.
You said what?
I said that's what really hurts the Dolphins is having like a strong pass rush at them. So
Oh, okay.
Tua can't handle that.
All right. So we're gonna get straight to the not list. For those
Let's
who don't
get it.
know, not list is compiled of a list of stuff that I've compiled throughout the week. Um, so it might not be 5 today. It might be 4 ish, but we'll see. We'll see what we can work with right here. But these ones are all important ones. First, I'm gonna take my quick little victory lap because literally, if you listen to last week's episode, I suggested, damn near declared out loud, I was like, man, T Pain should have a residency out here in Las Vegas. And it's like I
I
knew
just
his
like
publicist. It was like I knew his publicist or I had him on the phone line because he just recently announced
mhm.
on Tuesday that he's going to have a Las Vegas residency at Resort World in 2024, which I can't wait for. I think that's going to be fly. Um, I'm definitely
I
going to
just
be
like how
checking
we're
out.
making things come to fruition. I was saying Usher for the longest.
Yeah,
Boom,
yeah,
bad plat.
yeah, yeah.
Usher on there on that Super Bowl. Now you said T Pain, and not even a week later, T Pain announced it.
T-Pain now, it's like I have birdies and I don't even be knowing, but it's cool. Yeah, I'm gonna take my little victory lap. So that with Jodeci, Who am I forgetting off
Wu
the
Tang.
Wu Tang
Wu
Clan? That's
Tang.
about those Wu Tang,
Mm.
and there's another one. There's another big one. New Edition. We're gonna have New
Right.
Edition, Jodeci, T Pain, Wu
That's
Tang Clan,
that's
all in
that's something to do every
2024.
day.
That I
That's
mean,
something to do every day.
time. It's the time. It's the time out here in Vegas. Take a victory lap, Vegas.
Mhm.
All right. So that was number one on that list. Taking my little victory lap. Speaking of victory lap, I want to talk a little big business. This is some big wig merger stuff. So one of my favorite pastimes in talk of stuff to talk about on here is streaming services and big companies merging, right? So number two on that list is there's been talks of Warner Brothers and Paramount reportedly merging. This comes off the heels of both of them their fourth quarter numbers being reported that both of their streaming service. I mean, I think it's been all year basically that Warner Brothers, Paramount, that both of their streaming services are failing. So they're thinking about joining forces to cut costs for streaming services. All these streaming services are not
Jesus,
making a lot of
but
making money,
that's
man.
crazy because just Warner Brothers just did that with Discovery.
That
Like
part.
that's
The
that's
only, I mean,
crazy.
the only this streaming service
Which
that's
we
making money is Netflix right now. If we want to keep it a buck and a half, like we
Netflix is not even really Netflix is not making even money making money either. They are
according to
too.
their fourth quarter
So
numbers, they're in the green. Um, so I just want
oh,
to talk
okay.
about some of the
I mean,
properties that would
yeah.
be under this, whatever this merger is, whatever they're gonna call it. If this merger goes through, this would be like a childhood dream. Like imagine having Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network under one roof. That's what we're talking about for Warner Brothers and Paramount. That would happen. It would be under
Yeah.
one roof. I think that'd
Yeah.
be dope. The childhood, the kid in me is like, damn, I can get all that off of one streaming service. That's pretty fly. I can get Hey
Man.
Arnold and
Yeah.
Cat Dog and Dexter's Laboratory off of
Yeah.
one streaming service.
Bruh.
That would be fly. Along with that, for those who don't know, what that is as well, it could mean CBS Sports and TNT merging. So because Warner Brothers owns TNT, a report. So Warner
Oh,
Brothers.
okay. Well, they kind of already work with each other, so
Mhm.
that'd be dope. For a
So
little
that's going to be
crossover game
very
and stuff.
interesting for the NBA rights deal that's coming up. For those who
Yeah.
don't already know, if you guys have HBO Max or Max, you can watch TNT NBA games on
Yep.
there right now on their streaming service, which is pretty dope. So
Mm.
big things are
Yeah, they
happening in
still need to
2024.
fix it though. It's still a little
A
choppy.
little choppy.
Still a little choppy. Yeah. I mean, yesterday it worked well for me, but other
Oh, that's
times
how.
it's
Is that how
choppy.
you watch your
Most of the
T?
time it's
That's how
choppy.
you watch your TNT games.
Sometimes,
Oh,
sometimes.
okay. This one we don't really talk politics
It'd
on
be
this
like
podcast.
I'm looking for something on X, but and then
Mm.
I see that the game is on, so I go to it.
uh, uh, like I was saying, we don't normally talk politics on this podcast, but I wanted to just, if I can find this thing, sheesh. Sorry, guys. There it is. All right, so number 45, the Orange Man, Donald J. Trump, declared ineligible to become the U.S. president according to a Colorado Supreme Court. So they
He
ruled
was removed off their
yesterday,
ballot.
huh?
He was removed off their ballot.
Yeah. Donald Trump is ineligible to run for president in 2024, citing his involvement in the insurrection in the Capitol building in January 26th. So I didn't know that this was a thing. I didn't know this was possible. My lady had to kind of explain this to me. I didn't know a state Supreme Court could do that. Just take somebody off their ballot. Like that's
Hmm.
very interesting. And I would in uh my lady listens to like a lot of political podcasts, so she listens to like Pod Save America and all them stuff, right? She was saying that like
Hmm.
Colorado was just like the beginning. Like there might be other states that follow suit, and she was still saying that even if that was to happen, he still might win, which is kind of crazy. But
I
yeah,
was
if
gonna say,
you have
so
anything to add,
I was gonna say, unfortunately, Colorado doesn't move the needle.
that's crazy.
Yeah, unfortunately, Colorado doesn't move the needle, so it don't hurt him.
Imagine
Uh,
a presidential candidate being taken off. I don't know. Let's say, let's shoot low. Let's say 5 states, and it doesn't matter, and they can still win by a landslide. That says a lot.
yeah, yeah,
I
says a
don't know if
bunch, man, but
it says a lot.
it's also just how it's voted in the electoral colleges, takes over the popular vote. So
Hmm.
it's just one of those things where you just got to get enough states and win enough electoral votes, and that's not hard to do, especially when Colorado, that area is like a one electoral vote versus
Hmm.
getting like a Cleveland or getting a Florida or getting
Now, if
getting
California
a
was to do that,
Georgia.
we'd be cooking with some gas.
Yeah, get Georgia to flip back. They
Mhm.
gotta flip Georgia back. They gotta flip a lot back. So,
No,
losing
they still use
Colorado ain't gonna
DR
hurt
in
them.
Georgia, Jesse. They good. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah, but you still need the state to vote. You need to, they just swung the state Democratic. So
Yeah, that's true.
they swung the state. They gotta keep it. They gotta keep it that way.
That's true. All right.
But
Oh, go ahead. You got any more?
that's cool to see. You would think. What I would say is that's cool to see. You would think that uh, politics would be ran with some sort of dignity and a through line moral compass of right and wrong. But unfortunately, we live in a day and age where messiness and being dirty and just disgusting and even being charged with crimes, you still have the ability to run for president and win, and a lot of
Mhm,
people like you to win.
mhm.
And I just don't understand what they like about the man. I don't understand what the benefit off of the man. It is just, I don't understand. I don't get it. But it's wild to believe. And kudos to Colorado for being a state that's like, you know what, we're gonna stand up.
We're
We're not gonna
not
deal with
gonna
that. We're
take
not gonna even
it. That's
worry
what they
about it.
said. No, we
Yeah,
are gonna
but
take it.
yeah, so I'm actually kind of surprised. Well, not really. Colorado's been pretty liberal, or had strong liberal areas. So,
Hmm.
hmm,
Okay. Last on that list. I saved it for last.
hmm,
I imagine we're gonna spend time on this because literally last week we talked about this. We talked about the video that surfaced of Johnathan Majors running away from his then girlfriend. Uh, it unbeknownst to us, we thought it was for sure this was a tactic that was gonna set our man free and get him free of all charges. But little did we know, Johnathan Majors was still found guilty on 2 of the 5 charges that was on him. And he'll be facing misdemeanor charges, so it's not federal. So he's looking. I think the highest he can get is a year in prison, but most
hmm,
likely he'll probably get community service. Now this
yeah.
has a lot of layers. Before we get, I don't even want to touch on the Marvel stuff because I think we're gonna save that towards the end.
I
But
could care
yeah,
less
Jesse,
about it.
we joked on this last pod, man, and we were just like,
I wasn't
he's
joking.
good. We was like, he's free. It was like this was the bomb that went
I,
off. That like he looks good. This is somebody that's literally clearly running away from his accuser. And how is he attack? How is he the attacker in this situation? But go ahead, Jesse, man. Let you rock, man.
I ain't got nothing to say. I ain't
Oh,
got
you
nothing to
got that?
say.
Oh, okay.
I'll leave this one alone. Leave this one alone.
Oh, this is where you draw the line. Oh, okay.
I look, and no, I ain't drawing a line. I'm just saying, man, this is, I mean, what they say, you reap what you sow. Yeah,
It's just
You know what I
so
mean?
I heard some people talk about it. Do you think he? I mean, we don't know what happened in the car, right? So we don't know what happened in the car.
yeah.
And in the off again, I'm going off what we saw off the video. Do you think he got charged because of he pushed her back in the car? Is that why he got charged?
I
Because
have
that was
no
the only
idea.
thing that we
I
saw
don't
that was like
know,
physical. Physical is he did shove her back in the car.
man. I don't know, man. I didn't see that. It was like,
You Jesse, I
bruising
thought you
around
watched that video
her neck and
27
stuff.
times.
Why would I watch that?
I watched it
What
like
would I
20.
be doing watching that? Nah,
The
I waste
man
my
ran
time with
like
that.
7 blocks. New York blocks, Jesse.
I seen it. I
New
seen
York
it.
blocks.
I seen
You know
that
how long New
part. I
York
mean,
blocks are, Jesse? New
they're not
York
that
blocks are.
long.
You from Fontana, Jesse? You know how long Fontana blocks are?
That's what I'm
Add
about to
another
say. New
block and
York
a
blocks
half.
ain't.
Add another block
Nah,
and a half for New York blocks.
nah, that ain't New York blocks. You know what I mean? Like, look, I ain't saying he didn't. He didn't run a long way. It just was weird just seeing that because I didn't understand what he was running from. But
He ran
like
in
it
hills,
just
Jesse. You know how
it was
mad and crazy a white
it's
woman got to be to run in the hills after a big black man
uncomfortable.
that
Dude,
just did Creed and was in Kang in the Avengers.
it was uncomfortable. It was just uncomfortable, man. And yeah, I all I can say is like
I can't believe this is. I can't believe
it's
Jesse is like
unbelievable, but
he doesn't want to talk about this. He doesn't want to elaborate. He doesn't want to touch it. All right. Um.
I'm not touching it because it's just one of these things that is just like you think you know how things are gonna
How
go,
to
but
turn
it's
out?
not
Yeah.
even like I've been. It's like it's not even like I've been following this case. So I'm not sitting there like, ooh, I was turning for Johnathan Majors. I was rooting for him. Like I
I
was
was rooting
watching
for
every
him,
minute.
but
No,
out of
I didn't pay.
selfishly because of the DC, because of not DC. I'm sorry, because of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. That's why I was rooting for him. And then after the
No,
video
I didn't.
dropped, I was like, yes, we got her. We got her. Disney's gonna be alright. They gonna let her. I was like, man, Disney has great lawyers. What a great job by Disney.
That's so crazy that that's what everybody was thinking about. Like this man literally lost his career. We're thinking about what Disney has to deal with, as if they can't replace him like in a hot second, as if they
Well,
don't got his
we're gonna
replacement
get to that.
already.
It doesn't sound like they're gonna replace him, which is the part.
They're gonna replace him.
The part
Even
that's
if even if even if they don't replace him or they remove that character, they'll just put a new character there. That's basically replacing them. You know what I mean? So
okay. So we
um,
we can get to that part
I
next.
just
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I just look at it, or I just look at it like it's wild, it's crazy, and plenty of people will say something that I agree with, and you should have knew better. That's all I would say. You should have knew better. Well, you had to tell her act a certain way. That told you to get out of the game. Like just you know, this is what happens. But
Jesse
you
Jesse
know,
says you should
you
have
know,
knew better.
black people are gonna help.
Um,
Black people help relive his career. They're gonna help relive his career.
um,
So you
okay,
know what I mean?
so
That's it.
as I just said, basically, this is the part that hurts a lot of people. Obviously, he was let go almost instantaneously by Marvel slash Disney when the news dropped that he was found guilty. Um, and then immediately these stories and rumors and stuff started popping out like, um, was he gonna Disney gonna replace him? Or they're gonna again, which I don't think is possible. There was already rumors. Jesse, you watched Loki, right? You watch Loki or no?
I haven't watched the second time.
Okay. Without spoiling anything, the way they filmed the last 2 episodes, it seemed as though they were trying to write Jonathan Majors out anyway. especially in the last episode, he was very, very visibly absent. Um,
Mm-hmm.
uh, but yeah, there's rumors that you know they're gonna just they were gonna you know trade him in for Doctor Doom or have another big bad like the sinister what's his name, Sinister, what's his name, I forgot his
Mr. Sinister,
name,
so
Mr.
Doctor
Sinister.
Sinister or someone. Yeah, Mr.
Yeah,
Sinister, right? Yeah.
they were like they so they changed
From
in, if I remember correctly, I don't know if they changed the writer of the Kang Dynasty or they changed the director, but they changed one of the big wigs because they have
I
to,
believe the director.
I believe it was the director. So apparently they're gonna make Secret Wars a two-parter now because either they're gonna not, obviously they can't call it the Kang Dynasty anymore. They're gonna either call it Avengers 5 or Secret Wars is gonna now expand to two parts, which will be pretty fly. I think that's probably the way to go. Um,
Mm,
I just, man, again, professionally and just as a person that was a big, big fan of him, and obviously we were big fans of him, and I forgot
yeah,
what
oh
episode.
yeah. Still a big fan of him.
Still a big fan of
Still a
him,
big fan of him.
but we talked about his run. I remember we got into an argument about his run. We talked about his run for like 20 minutes on the pod about how impressive he literally had two of the biggest box office movies going on at the same time, with Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania and Creed 3, 2. I remember, I forget what Creed they're on.
Mm.
2,
Three, three,
3,
three,
Creed 3.
three.
He was at
Yeah,
the
well,
top of the box
one
office
of
with
those movies
two
was
mega
good.
movies. And we were talking about his run,
Yeah,
like if he
only one of them movies was Mecca though. Only one of those movies was Mecca.
only one of those movies was what?
Those movies was Mecca. The other was trash.
It was still a Marvel movie, and it still made a lot
You,
of money.
you
Don't do that.
oh God,
Don't
you
do that.
like that? You
It was
like
alright.
that?
It was
All right,
solid. It was cool.
all right.
Um, yeah, we
No,
was talking about his
it
run.
wasn't even that.
Watch out. We was talking about him. Is if I wasn't gonna say it, but I think I hinted towards it. I was like, can he go on a Will Smith run right now? Because there was talks about him going to do a Dennis Rodman documentary. Obviously, the whole MCU was going to
He
be
had a
built around.
movie. He had an Oscar movie
He
coming
had an
out.
Oscar movie coming
Oscar.
out. Obviously,
Yeah.
the like I said, the whole, like as I just stated, the whole MCU was going to be formed around him. He was going to pop up in plenty of other movies because he was the big bad. He was the shadow that was going to hover over this new universe. And now I'm gonna say it because Jesse won't say it, because of a woman, a Caucasian woman. It is now a no more.
Nah, that's
I
all his fault. Ain't because of the Caucasian movie. It's all his fault.
I've said enough, Jesse. If you want to have any thoughts about what I just said or any explanation, please
Yeah.
feel free.
I mean, look, I can care less about the MCU and the cinematic universe, but it just sucks. You know, his career is taking a major hit. He's going to disappear for a while. Probably had to take lower roles, and it was crazy to see what he was going to have coming out. He was slated for so many things. He was bodybuilding. He bodybuilt not for a lot as much as people thought that was for Creed. It was actually for a different movie that he's playing that was supposed to come out around this time.
Mhm.
He's a great actor. He's a great actor, and you know,
Question: as an actor,
unfortunately,
Jesse.
this
I mean, not to cut you off, not, but
yeah.
I heard other podcasts talk about this, so I'm gonna pose the question to you. Do you think that uh do you think his career is done? And when I mean done, not like done like he'll never act again. I don't want to say that. But like obviously it's easy to say that he won't reach the heights he was previously at cuz like um I
Yeah,
think I
not
think
not
I
in this
think
day and
now you
age.
have I think now you just capped your ceiling. But do you think he'll have uh uh will he fall back into some people's good grace, and will he have another moment in Hollywood where if he had like he'll pop out with an indie movie, maybe 3 years and from now, 4 years from now, that could potentially be Oscar worthy and something like that. Do you see that possible for Jonathan Majors in the future?
Do I see it possible? Yeah, anything's possible. He's black, so not necessarily. Um, and it's just one of those things. It's just how people view it. It's obviously time will have to separate people from it, but I don't know exactly. I like I said, I didn't follow this thing at all, so I don't know people's exact vibe towards him of what they feel about him and what they think it is and what they called him. I'm pretty sure it's a lot of bad stuff, but he's black. That's what I said. The people that are going to come save him and lift him up and keep his career going to be black people.
Mm-hmm.
And we do that, and he will get opportunities. He would still get opportunity to star in a Spike Lee movie. You know what I mean? Like play all of them are going to still give him chances because that's what they do. But will he? I don't think. No. Well, he can't get. He won't ever get that like nomination buzz because I believe a new rule in the Oscar voting or whatever, like now depending on the crime or the what they believe was wrong, or whatever they say it is, I believe you can't get in. So or you can't be nominated. So yeah, I don't even know if he'll be nominated again for an Oscar, but
That's
I
crazy.
do think he'll get other chances. So
Okay.
I mean, I just think time is just going to be the biggest thing, and how people view him 5 years from now.
He's
Will he still
definitely
have
made
people watching him and stuff? Yeah.
he definitely's made more hurdles for himself, but I'm with you. I think he will have. He's too good of an actor. I think he'll have another moment. Okay, so my question, another question before you, and then we can get up out of here. Um, do you think how long before he does a movie with another person? I don't want to say of his caliber. Um, because because you know probably more than me that when he's gonna get other roles, and there I'm sure once other actors see that his name is already cast, their people are gonna advise them not to work with him, right? Like that's gonna be a thing. That's a thing in Hollywood, right? Um,
Hmm.
how long do you think feel
Yeah,
like that's
possibly.
gonna? How long do you feel like that's gonna stay on him?
I mean, it's going to take the brave people that are willing to just go through with it and not care. Uh, that's who it's going to take to get to that point. And I don't know. I don't see anybody that's like a current star doing it.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
It's gonna be a while. He's gonna have to do some stuff.
And
He might have to. And this is not hate, and I don't want. This is not a joke. We might see him. I thought his TV show days were over after Lovecraft Country, and then he was going to do. We might see him on a sitcom. I don't know if a sitcom is right. We might see him on television before we see him on the big screen, just to what I'm saying to.
he
So
may end up on he may end up on like short series and everything,
yeah,
especially with streaming nowadays. So
yeah,
there's so much now. I hate to even say it like this. You get him for the cheap, so
his
he's
price is
gonna
down.
take
The price is
yeah,
lower.
his price
Right.
down. So they're
Amazon
gonna
come and get like,
put
yo, we
him,
have an idea for this show. They throw a
yeah,
little money on him. He just
and
takes
they
it.
don't yeah, and they don't promote it around him, and and this is us guessing. This is us, I mean, a lot of studios and everybody have dropped him, so yeah, that's kind of what it's gonna be. But
You know who didn't
hey,
drop him, Jesse? You know who didn't drop him allegedly? Megan Good stayed by his side. Sounds like what won't she do it? Won't.
I'm not saying anything.
All
When I say black people are gonna come save him, I'm not talking about the men. I'm looking at black women always gonna do their thing, man. Shout out to black women,
Shout
man.
out to black women, man.
I,
Um,
so yeah,
uh, uh, I know that we sound. I don't think we sound that insensitive, but prayers to all parties involved, even her, if she was truly assaulted. Thoughts and prayers to her, and thoughts and prayers to
yeah,
everybody.
yeah.
All right. So speaking of more stupid stuff on the internet, um, Jesse, somebody that
What's up?
just beat our Los Angeles Lakers right now did some
Uh-huh.
stupid stuff on the internet today. I
It's
mean, well, I'm
not
sorry,
wait on
it wasn't yes, it wasn't
on
today,
it.
but he did some stupid stuff on the internet this week. So if you don't know, if you
Oh,
said,
did he do it or
oh,
the
I
girl
know
he was messing with?
he did that shit.
Okay.
So I'm hinting towards for those who don't know, Anthony, I know there's people that listen to this podcast that aren't into sports. So thank you. We appreciate you for at least listening to us try to explain to you some semblance of some sports world stuff that goes on. So there's this player named Anthony Edwards. He's probably arguably the best young American born basketball player that we have. His name is Anthony Edwards. He plays for the Minnesota Timberwolves. He
Mm-hmm.
just beat us right now, the Los Angeles Lakers. I forgot what the score is, like whatever. They just beat us right now.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, he is issuing an apology to an IG model because he, um,
Wait, he issued the apology?
yeah, oh yeah, it's the Timberwolves or somebody from the government of Minnesota issued an apology that it was a PR apology. Um,
Oh, Jesus.
he was messing around with some IG model and he was paid her allegedly. I think should we still? I think it's true, so I don't know if allegedly. I'm gonna say
He
allegedly.
was supposed to pay her. He was
Pay her
supposed
to
to pay
have an
her.
abortion. And there's
Yeah.
text messages. I don't know if we're that kind of power where I just go through and read all these text messages. I don't think that's our bag, Jesse. Sometimes I'll be wanting to be like, that should be our bag, but I don't think this is the right
Go
time.
ahead. I do your thing. I
I
don't
don't
need
think that's
to
our
see
bag.
it.
But you can find it on the internet, man. He he I'm gonna sum it up. He was very, very unpleasant to this woman, telling her
Very
that
cold.
very
Very
cold.
cold.
There it is. That's the word. Very cold to this woman, and was
Mm-hmm.
telling her to have an abortion. Um, and it was stamped by everybody, and this phrase was trending for the last couple of days was send the video because she was literally sending him paragraphs and he was just
Mm-hmm.
saying send the video. He wanted her to take the abortion pill. He wanted a video of her taking the pill for the abortion. Anthony Edwards has a lot going on, and he's already had some issues with some of the stuff he said. I think about the LBGTQ plus community. He's just recently launched a very um it seemed like compelling sneaker that for a lot of people that I trust said that this sneaker is one of them. Like I don't like how it looks aesthetically, but it definitely reminds me of like T Mac vibes, like when T Mac first dropped his first signature shoe, how everybody was talking about it with Adidas. But a lot of people that I respect their sneaker knowledge that said this is one of them. Their Adidas is actually campaigning and not just doing what they did with Trey Young or Donovan
Well,
Mitchell.
they need
Like,
to.
stop it.
Shit, they die in the water. They losing every fucking collaboration they've had. All of that shit.
Tell me about
They
it.
drowning right now.
But yeah, man, what you think about this Anthony Edwards thing, man? Like I said, if you want, I
It's
can read some of these things, but it's just like you said.
this.
You had to use the
I
word cold.
no.
It was cold. It was sub zero
It's
from
no
Mortal
offense.
Kombat cold.
No offense, and not to belittle it. This is this is nothing new. I'm
We
pretty
can see
sure
it.
all these
She
dudes.
just posted it, and we can see what they were saying.
Yeah, this all these dudes probably talk to them like this. All these dudes probably say something like this, where it's just so sudden take all this. This ain't nothing new. This is just we live in a day and age where they're gonna put your shit out if you don't give them what they want and
Can I
force
ask you
you
a
to do
personal
stuff
question?
that you're not.
Can I ask you a
What's
personal
up?
question? If say,
Yeah,
well, answer yes. If it can I ask you a personal question? If
yeah.
you don't
What's
want to
up?
answer, okay. Have you ever been sent a pregnancy test picture?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, bet. It's weird, right?
I mean, yeah. I mean,
Weird, right?
yeah. But
It's weird, right?
it's just one of those things. And so I'm just saying. It just ain't nothing new in this world. Like this is what they do. That's all I gotta say. We just are seeing it. It's just insert player, insert Instagram model or actress or stripper. They all go. They they. This happens on all the time. So I don't know why people are sitting there like, oh, he's being so cold to her and all that, or they just making fun of it because they can, but it ain't nothing new.
Jesse, if you read some of these. So he receives the picture of the pregnancy test, and then she says, I still have an appointment on the 27th. His first response is, hell no, I can't do this. Um, uh, then she says, so what now? What a great, and then after she should have said this in one response, she said, what a great response. And then he put get an abortion LOL. Soon as he put get abortion with the LOL behind it, she should have knew what time it was, what kind of dude she was dealing with. Cause no
Yeah.
dude who cares about your feelings is going to and knows you and cares about you and that actually gives a fuck is gonna send you get an abortion with LOL behind it. They might send you get an
Mhm.
abortion, but they're not putting LOL behind it.
Mhm.
That shows just a lack of sensitivity, a lack of care, a lack of a lot of shit that I don't think
Yeah.
I don't got that in my bag. I don't got that in my repertoire. Um
But they don't care about these girls. I look, you know what they call it is. You know what they call the Instagram models. They the new, you know, not even the new. They the, what I'm saying. So
um yes.
this just doesn't even see. Like to me, it's like, why do we? Like obviously, we know why we get this information. Why do we act like this is not how niggas act sometimes? Like even if you got money or not, some niggas will probably say something. Some niggas talk this blunt like that. That's Anthony Edwards. That's exactly how he talk.
That's crazy. um yeah, I don't know if I have anything more to add. There's just thoughts and prayers to all involved, to the young lady, to I guess to Anthony Edwards, to I don't know, I don't know
Why
the
you
update. I don't know what
why
to
you
say.
said that?
I don't because I don't know what else to say, Jesse. Because I don't know what else to say here. I have jokes in my head, but I think they're inappropriate. I don't think I want to just make
Nah,
jokes all the entire
nah,
time.
I'll stay away from
I don't want to make jokes this entire time. I just don't think they're appropriate to to just constantly make them. Um,
man. It's all right, man. He's a Timberwolf. He's as cold as
Oh, and
those
apparently,
mountains that they play
so
in.
to top off this story, apparently he was supposed to give her 100K to have the abortion. Now,
Yeah.
I'm thinking like me right here. So this is just me talking.
Mm,
That's kind of low for an abortion. For does she not know how much Anthony Edwards is worth and how much that nigga makes? 100K, 100. You got to give me. I don't want to say it 'cause it sounds bad.
The nigga says, "Look, go send it to him and try to do it." The nigga said
Not
100K,
even. We
just shut her up. I think he just did that. And then just,
for 100K,
he did that. He wasn't sending her shit. So
100K.
he was like, "You can say whatever number you want. I ain't sending you shit." So it seemed like, because they're like, "Yo, I still ain't got it. Oh, talk to my lawyer." I ain't like,
Right. 100K. If I was her,
oh,
this is fucked up. I know this is fucked up. I would
well,
took.
force them to do an apology. So he paid
I would have.
something.
I would have took the 100K and still had the baby. It's fucked up. It's fucked up to say. I wouldn't have signed shit, but I would have took the 100K.
Nah, but you had to send the video. You had to send the video.
I
Even to
could
get the money,
I
you had to
could
send
send
the
the video
video.
of somebody else taking it. This is not gonna be me.
Oh yeah, send the video.
Send the video. I'm just telling you because you the conversation would have started at 2 point something. If you just want to pay me off and not be in the kid's life, it would have been two. The number would have started with 2 point something. Because again, did she not know what this man is? How much this man is worth?
She knew. That's why she was fucking with him. She know how much he worth. She know he a ball player.
The
She
number
that's
would have
why she
started
was
at
fucking
two.
with him.
The number would have started at two, and yeah, the number would have started at two.
Oh, Kev, you's a bird.
look, look, look. I gotta protect myself, dog. Ain't no way. All right. Last topic of the night, and then we can get up out of here. Anthony Edwards, you a cold boy on the court and off the court. Apparently, you cold. You cold boy. You cold.
That nigga baller,
You
man.
cold. That's what
That
I'm just
nigga
calling it.
bad.
You cold boy on the court and off the court. You cold boy.
You a cold ass man. You ain't Ant Man no more. You ain't Ant Man no more.
Just cold. Iceman. Straight up Iceman. It's list season, obviously end of the year, so lists are going around, surfacing. We're gonna have a whole bunch of more lists popping out in the coming weeks before the year ends. So I want to run through this list. I did not. So for the listeners in the audience, I did not prompt Jesse on this list. I was supposed to, but I didn't because I forgot. My bad. But I want to run through this list for you and tell me what you think of this list. So, first of all, this list is by Rolling Stone, so that should tell you something, right?
All right. All right.
So this is Rolling Stone's list of 15 best rap songs of 2023. Right.
Okay. All
I
right.
don't. I guess if you want me to read all 15, I can. But I was gonna just do like the standouts if that was
Spring them
cool.
off. Spring them off. Spring them off. Just
Okay. Number 15, Offset and Cardi B, Jealousy. Number 14,
never heard of it.
I have heard that song. I don't think that song is that great. Number 14, Quavo and Takeoff, Patty Cake. I remember.
Never heard it.
Number 13, Doja Cat, Algorio Hills. I've heard that song before too.
Never heard of it. Maybe I've heard of it. Probably heard
Number
it.
12,
Pass by.
Dave and Central C, Spinter.
Nope. Never heard of it.
That one. Number 11, Gunna, Fuck You Mean. I mean, you've heard
Never
that
heard it.
song. Don't act like you've heard that song. Just
Oh, yes, I have.
yeah, see,
Yes, I have.
don't act like you never heard that song.
I listened to his album. Yes, I did.
Number 10, Kendrick Lamar and Baby Keem, The Hillbillies. You've heard that song.
Okay. Okay.
Number 9, Jay Huss and Drake, Who Told You? I don't know what that is. I'm gonna listen to that when I have time. Number 8, 41, Bent. All right, these are ones that you're gonna know for sure. Number 7, Drake and J. Cole, First Person Shooter.
Okay.
Number 6, Ken Carson, Jennifer's Body. Number 5, Lil
Sure.
Yachty.
Huh?
Number 5, Lil Yachty and J. Cole, The Secret Recipe.
Okay.
Number 4, Viz. I think I'm pronouncing it Veze. V's. I don't want to get this.
Sure.
Yeah. Not a drill. I've never heard that. No disrespect. Number three, Ice Spice Deli. I actually like that song. I'm not going for it. Number two, Lotto and Cardi B, Put It on the Floor Again. That I agree with that. And guess, and I haven't mentioned any song, but you haven't seen this list. Tell me what you think Rolling Stone's number one song of the entire of rap song for 2023 is.
It's what's her name, right? It's Ski.
Yes, Sexy Red Ski. Yes.
Yeah, there we go.
I
Yeah,
think we talked about that. That was the song of the summer. It was the most song
yeah,
that you heard outside. You heard kids, everybody saying ski. Um,
yeah.
I don't like Rolling Stone doing any list that has to do with hip hop. To be honest with you,
I don't like them do anything with black
I
people.
will say this: they got like the top six in this range. They got the right songs. I just don't know if they're um, organized properly.
Mm. They're
Um,
not. You don't think they're in the correct order?
I think "Ski" was the song everybody knew, everybody recognized when they heard it. I think if
I mean, obviously they're going by popularity.
when you say best songs, I think you're saying something else. But if you're gonna say like the most popular song, I think
or
Ski.
summer hits. Don't say summer hits. Don't say
I
best
think
song.
Ski got
You're
bigger than
thinking of a
just the summer.
comprehensive song.
I think Ski
Yeah,
got bigger than just the summer. It was definitely the song of the summer.
yeah.
I think it
No,
got
what
bigger than just
are
the
hit
summer.
songs?
Yeah.
Let's say top 15 hit songs. Then
Mm-hmm.
hit rap songs. Then,
100%.
but not surprising. Not surprising. I
And
mean,
Lotto, Cardi
but
B put it
hip
on the
hop sales
floor.
are down.
That
Hip
that
hop sales
yeah,
is down
hip
right
hop.
now.
Yeah, we'll get to that when we do our a wrap. When we do our year end wrap up. Because yeah. I
Mm-hmm.
do think Lotto and Cardi B put it on the floor again was like that's the perfect spot for it because before Ski Eat, that song was everywhere, and I was like, yo, Lotto. Like again, I wasn't the biggest Lotto fan like that. I think she can really rap.
Mm-hmm.
But once I heard this, I was like, oh yeah, she got one. Like she's out of here now. Like she's gonna be one of those artists. Like she's out of here. I was
Mm-hmm.
actually telling I was telling Carolyn, I was like, things I wish would happen. I don't I this is one of the things I just as a music consumer, I think this would be dope. Thanks a lot, Car. I think
Mm-hmm.
this would be dope. It will never happen. I think similar to how Silk Sonic had with two really dope artists come together and do a project together. I think
Yeah.
Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, and Lotto should come together and do a Transformers album together where they just Megatron come together and do an album together. I think that would be dope. I think that would be fly.
Yeah, cool little six
Plus,
songer.
all of
Cool little
them,
six songer.
all of them, all of them don't fuck with Nicki Minaj, who we haven't mentioned on this whole entire pod. I think that would be really dope for them to come together. It'll never happen, but
No.
I think that would be a moment in hip hop, not only just for women, but I think that would be a moment. What happened? I mean, I guess we can't say that because we just had a collaboration album between two artists with 21 Savage and Drake, and then obviously recently we had Silk Sonic come together. So I mean,
Yeah.
and 2 Chainz and Lil Wayne. So it's been happening more. So
Yeah,
I
it's been
guess we
happening
should.
more.
It's been
So
happening more. So I can't say that it
they
didn't
just got to
happen.
see the money in it.
They
I mean,
got to
they
see
got to see
that.
the money
That's
in it.
it right there. Like, and I'm sure the splits will be different. Cardi probably feels like she's big. It just, once they get to business, when business get to business, same thing would happen with TGT. Thank God they're back together. Um,
We'll see for how long.
for how
For
long? Don't do that, Jesse. We need the album. But yeah, I think that'll be fly. Um,
sure.
I have one more list, and then we can get up out of here. Um, I can never find anything when I need to find it. This is my fault. Failure. Um, so Complex. I kind of have it off the dome a little bit because I haven't found it yet. But Complex did Complex loves list. This is
Yeah,
Complex is
they do.
Complex loves list, man.
They know what's gonna get people
They
talking.
know what's gonna get people talking. I don't have the specific list in front of me, but I will find it while I'm talking to you. So they compiled a list of best verses of the year. And I'm not gonna go through an entire list, but I will say number one was J. Cole Recipe, which I have no arguments on. None.
Mm-hmm.
Do I think
Mm-hmm.
that do I think that's Cole's best verse of the year? I think it's between that and I'm not even gonna say first person shooter. I think Evil Ways, but Evil Ways is kind of weird because Drake and Cole are going back and forth.
Man, I don't know. It's one of those.
Huh?
Shit. I that thing he did on the secret recipe is something else, man.
Is like we're
On
gonna be
TV.
talking about that verse for a very long time. So I do have a list of this. You want to hear all J. Cole's features this year?
Okay.
And then we can get up
Yeah.
out of here. All right.
Yeah. Let's do it.
J. Cole's features for this year only. Somebody ranked them, but whatever. Thank You by Burner Boy. I don't know if you heard that one. That one's tough.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
There I Go with Gucci Man. Tough. That one's hard. The three he did with Boss, so Paper Cuts, Passport Bros,
Gotcha.
Home Alone, On the Street, J Hope. I don't think I've heard that one.
Whoa.
I haven't heard that.
Whoa.
That one's cold. I got it.
You gotta listen to that one.
That
That
one's
was
cold. All
cold.
right, bet. I just got excited.
Everybody for no reason. Everybody for no reason.
He left. He left Earth. He left
Go
Earth.
Everybody for no reason.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait now. Number 7, Let Me Calm Down. That's the Nicki Minaj track. That one's tough too.
I haven't heard that one. I haven't heard that
Yes.
one.
All right, so we both got homework after this. When I'm gonna listen to that one,
Uh,
he killed the Nicki Minaj one. All My Life, Lil Durk. Drell, for whatever reason, felt like Dirk smoked Drake. He feels like Dirk smoked J. Cole on that, which is a lie. Even Dirk said he got smoked. So
yeah, we're not even listening to what he said.
Evil Ways with Drake. Obviously, I just talked about that. Them going back and forth. So that, but that one's tough. Two Summer from Cole. That's the Jarrell's number one song he listened to this year. That one was tough too.
That would go
hard. Secret Recipe with Lil Yachty, and then First Person Shooter.
Yeah.
Cole had a year for not dropping a project.
Cole
had a year.
We're gonna have to have a conversation. We're gonna have to have a conversation.
Cole had a
gotta ask the questions here. We gotta ask the questions.
Oh,
you might as well.
Clips, where you at? Clips, where you at? You want to say you want to put on the Wayne pedestal?
You gotta ask. I think you should ask the question to the people. You gotta ask the question to the people. Put it on the poll or put it on the whatever we do and see what people say. We ain't gonna have this conversation now, but I will say, just to get started, I still leaning towards Wayne.
I'm still leaning towards Wayne to run. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
we was there. We was alive when Wayne was getting.
He was ripping everything.
He was
ripping R&B track. He was ripping R&B track.
T-Pain went on an award show. I forgot if it was BET or whatever, and was like, if y'all need a hit, you just got to call Lil Wayne. You want T-Pain? I mean, Wayne was.
Yeah.
I mean,
it was cold.
This is.
But Cole is.
If Cole drops, if he drops,
this is like legit. This is legit like 3 years of doing this.
Yeah,
almost 4.
Yeah. No,
just murdering shit.
This is the list I just read to you that's the most prolific list of, I think, features he's had in a year. Because like he's I don't want to say it's similar to like Jay, but he definitely does a couple. Like last year, he gave us the Bia one, right? The Bia, the one where he London. When I'm
The
in
Bia
London, I like
one,
to go on
the
top of
Benny
the
the
mall.
Butcher one,
Yeah, the Benny
Benny
Butcher
the
one.
Butcher.
Like so,
He gave us like a legit like
he
7
gave us
last year too.
yeah, he gave
He
us
gave
some
us
he gave us some heat last year too.
he's been doing it. He's doing a lot. He's been doing a lot. So hey man.
So if he's just heating up and judging off what he said off the little Yachty interview he did, he said the fall off is coming. I mean, but he's been saying the fall off's been coming for like the longest. He said the fall off is, I think it's supposed to come. I think it's gonna come early 2024. Now when I say early 24, I'm not talking January or February. I'm talking before summer. I think it's gonna be before summer. That's
You
to me.
think so?
That's to
You know he
me.
likes to drop. You know he likes to drop around his birthday.
That's
You
true.
know he likes to drop around his
If he does
birthday.
I don't think he's gonna do no surprise drop. Watch out. His birthday's like soon.
And I'm also like he may also just do a surprise drop on us. But Boz just dropped. So
That's true.
I
He's
don't
gotta
think
get
he's
some
gonna
space for
drop too
Boz. Yeah,
close to Boz.
he gotta get some
I
space.
don't think he gonna drop too close to
My
Boz. But
prediction,
woo!
my prediction is he's gonna drop early 2024 before the summertime.
No. Give us a date, Kev. Give us a date.
I can't give you no date.
Give me a month. Give me a month, Kev.
March.
Okay, I agree.
He ain't gonna do it February, January. It's gonna be
He
like
may do it in January, but if he do it in March, I'm gonna be on the cruise. Listen to that.
all right. Well, I think that's it, Jesse. I think we
Yes,
did
sir.
it. I think we
Yes,
did it.
sir. Yes,
Thank
sir.
you guys for listening. Don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. It helps the pod grow. If you enjoyed what you heard right now, please leave a thumbs up if you're listening on audio. If you're listening on Spotify, I actually was on Spotify. Shout out to you, the 5 people that left recent 5-star reviews. Shout out to you guys. Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Oh, what?
Thank you.
Yo, okay. Thank you.
I
We
just
take
peeped
that.
over there at
We
Spotify and I was
take
like, oh,
that.
we got 5-star
We
reviews.
take that.
Okay, shout out
Look,
to you.
5 stars. 5 stars, bro. I take
Shout
them.
out to
I appreciate y'all.
Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate y'all.
Thank you for guys that are listening on Spotify, Google Play, or any of the other DSPs. For Jesse, next week. First of all, hope you guys have a great holiday. If you celebrate Christmas, like most of America and around the world, hope you have a happy, safe Christmas. I hope you get everything you need and you want. If you're celebrating Kwanzaa, if you're celebrating what's the other one I can't think of off the top of my head. This is where my brain is. This is my
Hanukkah,
brain. Hanukkah. Hope
Christmas.
enjoy that Christmas. Festivus for the rest of us. Hope you enjoy all that. And yeah, man. Next week we're gonna do end of the year pod. We're gonna try to wrap up. And if you like what you heard between me and Jesse, just wait till we get Rell and clips in here. It's gonna be a whole lot of
Clips. You gotta come in here and Rell. You already know. Feel better, brother. Get better.
Get better. All right. For Jesse, for Kev, we're those millennials and we're out.